Welcome to Tech Talk with VLink, the podcast where we bring together technology leaders and innovators to explore the future of business transformation. I'm Tracy Gardner, Global Marketing Director and your host. Today, we're diving into a topic that's top of mind for many executives, from cost cutting to value creation, how technology is redefining procurement leadership and processes. Joining us is Alex Kurnikov, Vice President of Procurement and Strategic Sourcing at Johnvince Foods. Alex is a transformative leader with over 12 years of progressive leadership in procurement, strategic sourcing, and risk mitigation. He's delivered more than $250 million in cost savings. That's amazing. Negotiated high-stakes multi-year contracts exceeding $100 million and built world-class procurement teams. Alex thrives on turning procurement from a cost center into a true value driver. Alex, we're excited to have you here today. Welcome to Tech Talk with VLink.
Thanks, Tracy. I'm really glad to be here. Procurement is a topic I'm very passionate about because it has evolved so much over the years. I think it's important to reframe how people see the function, not just about cutting costs, right, but about driving real value to the business. So I'm really looking forward to that conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, then let's get started with, procurement's traditionally been viewed as a cost-cutting function, like you mentioned. So how do you see technology helping to shift the role of procurement into a driver of value creation?
It's a good question. So for a long time, procurement was measured only by how much cost we can take out. Technology has really helped shift that view. Because even basic tools like cloud platforms, supplier portals, give us more visibility and improve collaboration. And that means we're not just focused on cost savings anymore. We can make better decisions, we can protect margins, and build stronger supplier partnerships. And that's where procurement starts adding, real value to the business.
Yeah, and everybody loves hearing protecting the margins, right?
Yes.
Well, what technologies or tools do you think are making the biggest impact in modernizing procurement processes today? Would you say maybe AI-based tools or others?
Absolutely. So AI will be a big thing. It already is.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest impact in my mind, comes from three areas: the cloud-based platforms that create visibility and consistency across teams. Second, automation tools that handle repetitive tasks, so people can focus more on strategy. And third, collaboration tools that make it easier for for us to share information with suppliers in real time.
Yeah.
And these don't have to be complex, because even some simple, straightforward solutions can make procurement faster, more accurate, and more strategic. And like you mentioned, AI is a big part of our everyday life now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so many companies are adopting it, and if they don't, they're getting left behind. And especially in retail, in the business you're
Yeah.
in. So, how is data analytics changing the way procurement leaders make decisions? Would you say, particularly in areas like risk mitigation and supplier management?
So data helps us move from reactive to proactive. By tracking supplier performance, delivery patterns, pricing trends, uh, you can spot risks and take action before they become issues. Again, it doesn't have to be any advanced analytics to be valuable, because even simple dashboards and reporting
Mhm.
can give leaders the confidence to make smarter decisions.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't imagine the amount of data that you procurement people probably have to look at day in and day
That's
out. I mean,
100%. Yeah, spot
100%.
on. Yeah.
Well, Alex, you've emphasized the importance of building win-win relationships. We've talked about that before. How does technology help foster that collaboration and the transparency with your suppliers that you deal with, especially here, like at Johnvince Foods?
So technology makes it easier for both sides to work off the same information. Because with portals, with shared platforms, you can align on KPIs, on forecasts, on performance in real time. And that transparency builds trust. When suppliers see that you're interested in working together, in winning together, right, in collaboration,
Yeah.
not just in pushing the price down, it sets the stage for stronger and more strategic partnerships.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's kind of talk about the global supply chain. I know that, in years past, in the past 5 years or so, we've had a lot of interruption. Procurement leaders today are dealing with unprecedented volatility still, I think. What role does technology play in hedging those risks?
So volatility, I think, is the new norm, even moving forward, right? There's going to be more of that, not less. This is just part of our life now.
Yeah,
Technology helps by centralizing data, by giving us alerts, by allowing quick scenario planning. So that way, instead of reacting to a disruption after it happens, we can prepare and we can adjust accordingly. And it turns risk management into a more proactive part of procurement, which will
yeah.
be even bigger and more important going forward.
Absolutely, and challenging. I mean, I'm sure that that's when, it's just always a challenge for you guys. So, Alex, you've led and mentored high-performing procurement teams. We talked about the statistics at the beginning. It's an amazing thing, cost savings in the millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions. How does digital transformation impact team dynamics and the skill sets required for procurement professionals today?
So I think digital transformation shifts the team focus because less time is spent on manual tasks and more on strategy and insights. That also means that procurement professionals now need the skills in data interpretation, financial skills or financial acumen, communication skills. It also, I think, changes team culture
Yeah.
a bit because when information is more accessible, junior team members can contribute insights alongside senior leaders, and that makes teams more collaborative, more
Yeah.
agile, more efficient.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for sure, because even some junior team members, sometimes they have some of the best ideas, So giving
Exactly.
them access to that information can really, elevate their status and make them feel good, and the collaboration's there.
They help more senior leaders who have been around for years or decades at some,
Yeah.
in some cases, become more open-minded to new
Yeah.
ideas, and we desperately need it uh, to keep going and keep winning,
Yeah, for
especially in this
sure.
ever-changing world. Yeah.
Absolutely, with tariffs and all of the stuff going on. Well, increasingly,
Yeah.
procurement is also tasked with driving sustainability. How can technology help balance the cost savings with like sustainable procurement strategies?
So technology helps or makes it possible to measure both cost and impact side by side, because even simple tools can capture supplier ESG data, track emissions, flag sustainability metrics, and that way decisions are based on the full picture. Again, not just the price. And very often, sustainable choice also delivers efficiency
Yeah.
or cost savings, like reducing waste or sourcing closer to customers or your plants. So that's kind of my view, right? Ultimately, it all comes down to data visibility. If you have visibility, you can assess the risk and benefits and make appropriate decisions.
Yeah, makes total sense. Makes total sense. Well, let's look ahead a little bit. In the next 5 to 10 years, Alex, what trends or innovations do you think will redefine procurement leadership?
I think three things will stand out. So the first one is real-time visibility across supply chains. It will become standard. It will become a requirement. Second, automation. Automation will continue to remove routine work, letting teams focus on strategy. And third, procurement will play a bigger role in driving innovation with suppliers and partners. And the procurement leader of the future, in my mind, won't be just a negotiator, but they will be a strategist, a
Yeah.
risk manager, a connector of ecosystems. And I can't stress enough that, as procurement, you bring in the power of all suppliers um, to your employer, to your company. So, building those collaborative relationships, having an open discussions, long-term view on these partnerships will be a key.
Yeah, I mean, such great insight. I really appreciated the conversation. Anything else to add before we go today?
No, I think it's great. Ultimately, again, I'm excited about the future. I think technology will continue to play a critical role. Probably will be even more important. AI and not only AI but the platforms I mentioned, collaborative tools, visibility. This will ultimately make or break the companies moving forward. So something that everybody should pay attention to. But otherwise, no, it's great. It was a real pleasure. I think these kind of conversations are important for me to highlight how much procurement has changed,
Yeah.
and how much value we can bring if procurement is done right. So hopefully give listeners a few ideas to take back and uh, work on improving their procurement in their own organizations.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Alex, for sharing those valuable insights on how procurement is evolving. Because, like you said, it's always evolving, especially with AI. Your experience in building high performing teams and mitigating risks, leveraging technology for smarter, more sustainable procurement is inspiring. And thank you to our listeners for joining us for this episode of Tech Talk with VLink.